All right, you guys, here we go. Now, as you know, the holidays are coming up, and one of the questions on the is going to be who cooked the greens. Now, first thing I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not a professional. I'm just going to tell you how to cook some greens. You want to get you a big pot there and set it aside. And here we got some collard greens, mustard greens, and turnip greens. They had them on sale, so I just got me a big bunch of them. Now, also, when you cooking your greens, if you're going to have meat in them, like smoked meat, first thing you want to do is get your meat to cooking, and put a lot of water in the pot, because the water from the meat is going to be a lot of the seasoning for your greens. Now, if you want to add other, that's totally up to you. Now, here you see we got the three types of greens. Now, I like to start first with collard greens, because collard greens are the thickest, or some people might say tough or whatever, but they're the most substantial type of green first, and they take the longest to cook. Now, if you see a little green with a green like this, that is not what you want. You do not want that green, so just throw that on in the bag. Now, you can also see now a lot of greens in the store, they have bad greens, and we're not going to name no companies, but you know which ones they are. Now, to me, those mostly have stems, which is what I just showed you a minute ago, and you do not just want the stems. So now you can see here, now this green here, that's still a good green. You're not going to find no just perfect greens, very rarely. That's the stem I was telling you about right there. That's what you do not want in your greens. You're going to pick those leaves off the greens and put them stems in the bag. All right, now, like I was saying, now you see that little slit on there, that's okay. That's not going to hurt anything. That's still a good green. Now, here we got some collard greens. Now, you can either leave them big leaf like this, or you can slice them, dice them, or whatever you want to do. That's totally up to you. But now we're going to start the washing process. You got to wash your greens. You got to wash them, period, point blank. Now, what I like to do, I have a double sink, so I might have some greens in one sink, then I have some rinse water in the other sink. But here you can see I put them in the pot. Now, I like to just put a little sliver of dish liquid over my greens, just to start that process of getting that dirt off of there. And then I like to rinse them, put them in there a little while, zhuzh them around, and just let them soak for a few minutes. Let that dirt, grit, grime, whatever you want to call it, get a chance to get out of there. And then as I'm working, I need to have a little drink. Now here I'm drinking green. So I'm trying to be healthy, y'all, while I'm doing my other thing here too. But a lot of times around the holiday season, they'll have free drinks in your coupon apps. So go ahead and get that free drink and, have a pleasure trip while you fixing up these greens. Now this Dr. D's, that's some pretty good stuff. Really, really good. All right, back to job now. All right, now as you all can see here, now you see how dirty that water is. That's what you do not want. Now all your greens that you get, depends on when they come in the store or where they come from. Some might be cleaner than others. And you can see, I'm saying right now, that's not what you want. Now you can see that grit down in there. This is the first wash. So no, you do not want that. When you see that, you got to wash some more. All right. So there you go. Now here we are, probably another wash or two. But you can see, as long as you're still seeing that grit and things like that, no, that means you got to wash those greens some more. I'm sorry, but you just got to do it, because what you don't want is people chewing grit, eating like they eating a mouthful of sandy greens. You don't want that. You don't want that. And also, now here's my mustards and turnips. I mix those together to wash them. That's okay. That's no problem, because when you cook those together, they're going to cook about the same time. So it's okay. So you're just going to get those washed and rinsed, however you need to get those washed and rinsed until they get clean. So you just got to zhuzh them around like that. And if you can see them little teeny bubbles in there, that's about a little teeny dish liquid that I have put in there. Now, if you don't want to use that, you don't have to. You don't have to. That's something I use. And I'm going to tell you, my greens do not taste like dish soap. They do not taste like dish soap, because I've been doing this a long time. All right, so you just gonna keep on washing your greens till you get them clear. Now you want your greens to look like this. You want them to look nice, green, and luscious. Again, here's my second wash on those greens. You can see that dirt, that grime is still there. So that means you gotta wash them again. Now, if this seems like a lot of trouble, you know what? It's really not. It's just because it's on video right now. It just seems like a lot, but it's not really a lot. Again, that is not what you want. As long as you're seeing any type of grime or grit, you know your greens are not clean yet. They're not clean yet. So as my grandma would say, you got to wrench them again. You got to wrench them one more time. All right, so now you might need 2 or 3 pans. I don't know, because it depends on how big your kitchen is and what you got at your disposal. Now see here, that's the 3rd time I washed these greens. I know, but it just was the batch that came in the store that time. Usually I might not have to wash them 3 times. You know, maybe twice might do. But that's okay. I mean, you know, it is what it is. All right, so you can see here, we're almost done now. So I think I rinsed them maybe about once or twice after this. And then I was ready to start cooking them. Now, when you get ready to cook your greens, like I said, if you're cooking collards, put those in the pot with the meat first, because the collard's going to take longer to cook than the mustards and the turnips. Now here you can see I always put some butter in my greens. You can add a little salt, a little pepper, whatever you want to add in there. A little seasoned salt. You can add some garlic powder, onion powder, beef bouillon, chicken bouillon, whatever you want to use. It's totally up to you. You know, my mama used to like a lot of jalapeno peppers. I don't like my greens real spicy, so I don't use peppers. But as you can see here, you let the greens cook until they get tender to you, to your liking.